Alright guys, Everton and Liverpool have just drawn 0-0 and yeah, a little bit disappointing for a Liverpool fan, but Everton deserved it as much as Liverpool. Even if they didn't have as much of the ball, they definitely created the chances to win the game. Were unlucky to have the goal disallowed, even though it was the correct decision. Connor Cody was just about offside. Um, I think if Connor Cody wasn't a centre back, he probably would have timed or got himself into the correct position for it to tap it in. Um, but yeah, they more than deserved it. Tom Davies hit the post in the first half. When I say they more than deserved it, they more than did enough to win the game. Liverpool, you could argue, also did, so a draw is probably a fair result. Um, yeah, they hit the post through Tom Davies in the first half, and Neil Maupay had a golden opportunity saved by Alisson, and McNeil also had a deflected shot saved by Alisson. It could have been 4-4 in truth, really. I don't know how there wasn't a single goal in the game. Liverpool in the first half were quite quiet. They had most possession, but they didn't do a lot with it, and that was until about 5 minutes to go in the half when, out of nowhere, Darwin Nunez just decided to turn into prime Fernando Torres against Blackburn and nearly chest the ball down and hit it the other side of the goal to where he was on the volley. Um, Hit the crossbar, got saved by Pickford, and then Diaz on the follow-up nearly scored a screamer, but again hit the post. And then, when it hits the post, but then curls around the other post and goes out for a goal kick. The most frustrating thing you can ever experience as a football fan. That. But yeah, second half, Liverpool made substitution at half time. Fabio Carvalho took a really bad knock from a challenge with Amadou Onana and couldn't continue. So Roberto Firmino came on. And Firmino in the second half played a brilliant game. Definitely made a difference when he was on the pitch, especially with the change of formation as well. And he could have had a hat trick as well, Firmino, but Jordan Pickford was just absolutely on fire second half, made a ton of saves. Pickford can have games where he's literally the best shot stopper in the world, but he can also have games where he'll have a calamitous error. He isn't the most consistent, but when you get him on his day, he is absolutely world class. Jordan Pickford is. There were occasions where Liverpool had chances where you think they should have done better from, but in terms of chances that should have won the game, Neil Maupay isn't going to get a better chance on his debut than that against one of the best teams in England. So, yeah, he had to do better with that opportunity. Salah had a chance to win it right at the end. It wasn't an easy chance by any means, but he did quite well to hit it where he did hit it. But just Pickford just made a superb save. I've seen a lot of slander on Mo Salah lately, and I think it's absolutely obscene the amount of stick he's been getting recently. Okay, so Liverpool have a game where they score 9 and he doesn't score. Okay, that sometimes that happens. I'm sure that there's been times where, I don't know, Barcelona have scored 4 or 5 and Messi hasn't scored one. Okay, maybe not 9 with Messi, but this is Lionel Messi we're talking about. But Salah so far this season has played 6 games, I think. No, 7 games, sorry, now. Scored 3 and assisted 4. That is not bad going. That's a goal and assist a game. But yet people are responding to that like he's, way past his best. We're forgetting at the start of last season there were people calling for Salah to win the Ballon d'Or, and they weren't, being ridiculous when they said that. So I think people really need to calm down on Mo Salah at the moment. In terms of Klopp's selection for today's game, I wasn't too against it. The only thing I was really against was I wouldn't have started Nunez. I would have had him coming on for the final half an hour off the bench. Firmino, for me, had to start, scoring 3 and assisting 3 in his past 2 games. You can't bench him when he's doing stuff like that. So that was a poor decision, in my opinion, from Klopp. I've seen people saying that Elliott and Carvalho should both started in midfield. Well, the thing is, Henderson was in our midfield last game. He got injured, so someone had to come in. Carvalho scored 98th minute winner in our last game and has played well in nearly every game he's come off the bench for this season. So for me, he's earned the right to have a start, and Elliott's also played very well. So I'm not too against it. It didn't work, so now we know for the future. It's never been tried before, so, give it a go. Yeah, I think Klopp wasn't too wrong in that decision. Everton's team, though, just looks so much better than it did, even if like a few months ago, or even like a few weeks ago. That Tarkowski and Cody is a much better defence than having Michael Keane and Yerry Mina or Mason Holgate in defence. The fullbacks both played well. Patterson and Mikalenko. Pickford I've already said enough about. The midfield, Onana plays really well. Iwobi and Davis improved with Onana playing in midfield. I think Decore and Allen are both going to struggle to get game time now with how well that midfield performed today. And the front three, Anthony Gordon was superb, but Mope I thought was quite wasteful in today's game. And Gray wasn't too bad either, but yeah, I think Everton played very well. Liverpool weren't at their best today, but I do think a draw was a fair result. It was very nice to see the minute's applause in the 9th minute after what has happened in the city of Liverpool in the past few weeks. So yeah, that was very nice to see. But yeah, once again, Liverpool, this is the 6th game of the season and it's the 4th one they've dropped points in. So yeah, Liverpool aren't going to win the league this season. Good luck, Arsenal, because Arsenal are the only side who are going to be capable of stopping Manchester City this season. And with a few injuries and midweek football coming in most weeks for them now, they're going to struggle to do that. So I can't see anyone other than Manchester City winning the league this season if they avoid injuries. The only way I can see them, having a bit of a period where they struggle is if they get injuries to players like Cancelo and Haaland, because they're the striker and fullback, they're the only real positions where they're really lacking depth, Man City. So yeah, I really can't see them slipping up, to be honest. Yeah, so I think this season's title race might very soon be over, to be honest. It all depends on Arsenal. I can't see Liverpool catching up. Liverpool this season just need to make sure they finish in the top 4 and then just go again next season, I think, because I cannot in any way, shape or form see us winning the league this season. Yeah. Everton today did enough to convince me that they're probably going to stay up this season. In fact, there are a few teams I've seen this season who looks worse than them. I'm thinking about Leicester, Bournemouth, even Aston Villa have been poor so far this season. So I think Everton should just have enough to stay in the league. Now, having said that, they haven't won a game yet. So, I'm not going to say anything too soon. I think they've drawn 4 games now. They lost to Villa, and who did they lose to on the opening day? They lost to Villa and Chelsea, and I think recently they've got draws against Forest. I'm going off memory here. Forest, Leeds, Liverpool, and yeah, I can't remember the other one, but yeah, they just need to get a win on the board as soon as possible. Everton do, and then things will start looking up for them very soon, I think. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.